What's up? This is DTC. You're listening to Potato Salad Radio. Check them out every Saturday. Call so I play.
Difficulties Radio. It's a snowstorm, man. Weird stuff happens. If you're at home and you're like, damn, we didn't get any supplies, I think that you should, like, figure that out real quick. But then you should embrace this. Let me just shut that shit up for a second. Let me bring this. This is important. It's a PSA. Embrace this hibernation moment that is at hand. Any storm is some guy. I was at work the other day, and I got in the elevator, and it was Wednesday when there was supposed to be a snowstorm, and it wasn't much of a snowstorm. And we had to go in, but you know, for me, I had to go in a little late. That was all it was. It was just confused the day. Basically, it was just a bunch of problematic stuff. And this guy says, you know, it didn't turn into what we thought it would. I was hoping I'd have the day off. That's what I said. And he said to me, oh, you're one of those guys. And for a second, I wanted to respond like, you know, puffy chest, what you mean? This kind of thing. But instead, I just said, yeah, I am. We have life twisted. Life is not about how we make our money and embracing a schedule. Life is about embracing nature and its schedule and enjoying yourself with what you have and with the people around you. And if you don't have people around you, you don't have things around you, you need to find some people because they will have some things and they'll share them with you and you'll go from there. Trust me on this one. But I think we have it twisted. So I kind of hope that all of you out there listening to this don't lose power. Don't lose the internet. Have all the supplies you need for like 2 weeks. And then we get like an apocalyptic, once me and Video Dave are home, of course, an apocalyptic just drop of snow. Like we're like under a glacier and we're all trapped for like 2 weeks. And we just have a 2-week break. And that's why anyone that knows me knows that the only religious value that I hold, and I say religious, I don't say that, you know, people that watch the show and listen to the show know it's not something I just throw around. But the only religious value that I really hold is hibernation. I believe that bears are more evolved than humans. They've come to understand how to deal with the cold in a way that Canadians, at least Canadian humans, most Canadian humans, should embrace. You know, they just go to sleep through it. A bear, I've said this before on the show, but I'll go back through this. As it's late summer, when you're like still trying to hang on to that beach bod, but it's getting a bit cold and you've been good all summer, so it's hard, your willpower is like fading. You've either got somebody via that whole plumage, or you didn't. And either way, you're chubbing up. So as the fall comes, wouldn't it be nice, as harvest comes, which makes sense, again, follow the rhythms of nature, to ingest that harvest, get filled up. It's winter. Because you're going to go to sleep for a few months. Out. Just miss all this. Just miss it. Gone. Doesn't have to be being part of your consciousness. It's like, we don't even have winter around here. I just go to sleep. It's nice again. Or nicer again. We might have to shift this with global warming, but I'm sure we can do something about that. So you get to chub up. Everyone around you is like, look at you looking good, getting fat. Because they're like, that's what we're all trying to do, right? So that the new body you want come late December, around Christmas, if you're not looking beefy, people are like, something wrong. That was Christmas dinner. The function of that in the future will be fatten this person up because we all hibernate the first of the year onward. Like you party and you go to sleep that night. Some of you don't wake up because you weren't going to wake up on the first anyway. That's a whole other story. But some of you do. And yeah, I think it's great. Also, you wake up. Here's the thing that we're continuing with bears being more involved. Some female bears go to sleep. Like the way they give birth is they'll get pregnant in the fall and go to sleep for this hibernation period and gestate during that period and actually give birth before they fully come out of hibernation. So all of that stuff that women go through giving birth, you know, you just go to sleep. So you go to sleep fat and pregnant and you wake up ready to hit the beach with babies. You winning spring. You were winning spring immediately. Just thoughts I have about winter storms. You know what I mean? Like it's it's difficult to put a limit on how far you can go once you start thinking about a winter storm and the effects it has. Like, if you roll the clock ahead from tonight 9 months, I bet there'll be a little uptick in the amount of babies born at the IWK. People at home. And it's 6 to 8. That's a sexy hour, I've come to realize. That's when the sun, in the winter especially, will drop below the trees and they get all dark against the sky. And you're like, look at the figure of that tree. And then you see a human near you and you're like, you're close enough to a tree.